All right, guys, what's going on? It's Lance here, and bringing you guys the bi-weekly coaching session. Today, I'm going to chat with you guys about some pretty important ones. I highly recommend you taking some notes or watching this again, because there are 12 things that I'm going to go through here specifically on reasons and solutions. Reasons for why you're not getting the results that you think you should have, and solutions on what to ask yourself to make sure that you get yourself back into alignment. I'm going to go fairly quick. I don't want this to be a lengthy video. I want this to be very easily digestible. Now, I am going to mention a couple things within the MYBC lab. So if you're in the self-starter group, that is something you're going to get. You're going to get the light version of that, but this still is important for you as well. So, with that being said, and pardon me if I cough because allergies have been nuts this week. Evidently, I'm allergic to anything that's green, yellow, or grows from the sun. So, anyway, all right. So, if you're not getting the results that you think you should have, you need to ask yourself these questions first, guys. I cannot express this enough. Too many of you guys are skipping over important things that are in the MYBC lab, and you're skipping over even the cheat sheets and the maps that help you to make sure that you don't do this. You're still doing this. And what is so important, the people who have made such a successful transformation are ones who got these things. So I need each of you guys to get these things, because many of you guys are doing the right things, but yet you have expectations that are way outside of what's normal, and you're not doing the research within our lab to actually tell yourself, wait a second, I've got false expectations here. That what I think should be happening is unsafe. Or I think I should be losing 8 to 12 pounds on the scale because I haven't calculated my lean body mass or done the stuff that Lance and Lauren have taught me. So without further ado, the number one thing, this is not in order, by the way, so these are not number 1 through 12. It's just in any particular order. These are things that you need to be going through if you're not getting the results that you think you should be getting. Number 1, am I pushing to nearly failure of reps with good intensity? Guys, if I'm writing 25 reps for you, I have done this video a million times on this concept. If it says 25 reps, but you realize you can do 3 to 5 more reps than what I wrote, guys, if you don't know this, you should be going to closer to failure, pass up my reps. And next time you should be increasing the resistance or slowing down your tempo so that you didn't have those extra reps. But guys, in this program, failure is not only an option, it's the best option when it comes to fitness. You want to fail out the muscles or get close to it. If you're not getting results, chances are you're leaving reps on the table. That's the first one. Now again, I'll dive in deeper in other stuff, but you need to hear this. Number 2, is my form dialed in even when I'm tired, okay, to cause my muscles to really work? Basically what I'm saying is, when I'm tired, am I doing one of these things and swinging it? Guys, this is not a bicep curl. This is a body curl. See this? There's none of this is happening. Only this is happening. This stuff happens on a regular basis from people because they're not looking at videos. They're not reading the stuff. And I'm not talking about only guys in the group. I'm talking about people in general. They simply, it's monkey see, monkey do, or some trainer talks about how they were able to lift up whatever curls, and so people start replicating it. This is a mistake. Don't go this route. Make sure that your form is controlled. If you need help with control or with form, shoot me a text or an email, and then I will ask for a video of what we're talking about and then clarify for you. Guys, biomechanics are a huge part of this program, so don't miss out on that. All right, number 3, am I hitting enough workouts each week? Listen, or relying on the minimums but expecting the maximums? Guys, the good, great, and awesome goals are there for you to get by on weeks when you're struggling, meaning that work is kicking you in the butt, then and 3 workouts feels like it's more doable than 5. That's what it's there for. It's not there for you to simply just skate by doing only 3 workouts every week simply because that's all you feel like doing. Because here's what I know. You probably are expecting the results that you get from doing 5 workouts a week, but you're only doing 3. If that's you, don't just jump to 5. What I want you to do is, like I teach in other videos, I want you to go ahead, aim for 4 for 2 to 4 weeks, And then when you've consistently done that, then bump it up to the 5th. But if you're not working out often enough, guys, you can't be upset about the results you didn't get from the work you didn't do. Can't say it any other way. Number 4, am I hitting macros daily and not going over too much? Guys, if you're going over 100 to 200 calories consistently, or you're simply moving macros around all the time and you're not getting the math right, or this is the other thing, if you're eating things throughout the day, like a little spoonful of this and a little piece of this, and it's not being added into your MyFitnessPal, you're cheating. You're cheating yourself out of results, and you're lying to yourself, showing that these are the macros that you've consumed. I used to make the joke back whenever I did private personal training, if you bite it, you write it. If you put something in your mouth while you're learning, because again, you're in this program, you got training wheels on. You don't have to do this forever, but right now, if you bite it, you write it. Cannot be more clear. Cannot be more clear. Now, this is not saying that you're not going to mess up. We've got stuff on alignment like that. When you mess up, that's okay. But don't use certain techniques to avoid doing the work. All right. Number 5. Have my calories been adjusted recently to adjust for metabolic adaptation? Guys, if you were getting good results month 1, or maybe you didn't month 1, it usually is simple that we just alter your macros. And what that means by altering your macros, we're going to create a greater deficit of calories so that your body can respond and can burn fat. There's no such thing as a plateau, not in this program and not anywhere. If you hear somebody say that you've hit a plateau, it's because they don't understand the math. I don't care who it is. It's just that simple. I have not studied for the last 16 years on this stuff and learned how to teach other trainers and coaches to not be good enough to help you guys out. Follow this, I'm telling you. Follow this. Just take me at my word there. All right. Number 6, am I working out long enough to burn enough calories each day to make sure I'm within a deficit? Guys, here's the deal. If you're one of the people who's only hitting 3 times a week for your workouts because of time, or you're trying to ease yourself in, you better be putting in at least a 7-8 on the intensity scale on that RPE scale that we talk about. If you don't know what that is, you need to go back and watch the trainings. That tells me that if you don't know what that is, you're not absorbing the material. If you need to watch it again, do that. But this program is going to make sure that when you're out of this program, you're not going, crap, I don't remember what to do, or I got great results and I don't remember how to get them. That sucks. So the fact is that if you're not working out long enough to burn enough calories, meaning again, I talk about the good, great, and awesome goal, good goal being 20, great goal being 25, and awesome goal being 30 minutes. But this is to be used when you're either new or you're deconditioned, or you're having a hard week or a hard day, or you're short on time. The premise here is that getting 20 minutes of a workout is always going to be superior than skipping because you didn't have enough time. This is where we build consistency. But what unfortunately is happening is some people are using this as an excuse to just hit minimums every week. And if this is you, this is your wake-up call. You're not going to get the results that our clients who have made it to the Wall of Fame have gotten if you're still trying to skate by. Now, again, if you need help with this, reach out. We can help you. But don't keep doing these things and expecting results that you didn't pay for. And I'm talking about pay for with your time, your energy, your effort, your mind. That's the key. All right. Number 7, have I gone through the NYBC lab and looked at the cheat sheets and map to make sure I'm not overlooking anything? I'm going to say 80% of the time we have to redirect people here because people immediately reach out and go, something happened to the measurements and I don't get it. Okay, well, have you gone through the cheat sheet? Because the map and the cheat sheet will tell you. On the map for sure says, in the map is a decision tree that says, have I done this? Have I done this? No, go back to this. Guys, it's so foolproof that if you did it, I would know you did it because you would reach out and say, I went through this and I'm still stuck, or I went through this and it makes sense. Here's what I'm going to do. But you don't. You reach out and say help, which is fine. We're here to help. But we want to help you to do better at the things that are in the lab because that is the program. That's the program. Your meal plan and your macros, that's extra. That's your nutrition. But it doesn't teach you anything, and it doesn't make sure that it's not your macros forever. Guys, and you can't know this unless you're in the lab. It doesn't work. All right. Number 8. Have you asked your coach where to direct you to learn what you need to do? This one's a huge one. You guys will ask for, you guys a lot of times reach out, and again, I'm not picking on anybody. This message is staying in the MYBC lab because this is going to be for generations to come. Because what happens is that people reach out and they want a hand out instead of the hand up. We are here to tell you where to go and to help you determine what to do. But we are creating right now, we are creating you from going from dependent to independent. And that can only happen when you're learning this stuff. So what I would recommend doing is reaching out to us and saying, this is what I'm struggling with. Where would you advise me to go with this? Is there a book, or where should I go in the lab to find out what to do? But that's not what's happening. But that's what should be happening going forward. All right. Number 9. Are you expecting unreasonable outcomes that are more unsafe and won't last? If so, this will be to your detriment. Cannot be clearer on this. The fad diets do this, not our program. Do not aim for short-term solutions when we need, or when we have long-term problems, okay? And what I mean by this is so many times we've had you guys reach out, and again, I'm not picking on people. It's just, again, even if there's only one of you guys who does this in any given, quarter, it doesn't matter. It needs to be spoken on because it's happened so often every year. We want to make sure that everybody gets this. Most of the preconceived notions that you have in your mind about how much weight you should lose, where you should be at, so on and so forth, it was sold to you by marketers, not by scientists, not by genius fitness pros, but by marketers. People who only care that you buy their crap. They don't give a crap what you do with it after that. We're the people that will kick you out of the program if you're not using it, because we don't want your money if you're not going to change your life. It's different. Follow the money trail. And in this situation here, when you have unreasonable expectations, such as I should lose 15 pounds a month, or you're upset when you've dropped 1.5% body fat in 4 weeks, we used to have clients bust their butts to do that in 6 weeks at our personal training studio. And you guys are able, some of you guys are dropping 2 and 3% body fat in between measurements, and still you will send us a message because the scale didn't move as much, and you'll send a message freaking out. Guys, it's not a matter that we're getting upset or like, oh, why are they doing this? It's more of they're not getting it. They're not getting it, and what that means is that a year down the road, they're still going to be aiming for the scale, and they're going to be aiming for big wins every single day and every week, and these are the things that will cost you your journey. I've seen trainers that couldn't make it in the field because they couldn't even keep themselves fit, because they were so rigid and they didn't know the most important things. They only knew all of the unimportant things. Cut out sugars, eat every 2 hours, stop eating at 8 p.m. They're doing all these things and they couldn't even keep themselves in shape as a trainer. So what happens is they burn themselves out. Nobody wants to train with them. They don't want to train anymore. This is what happens if you go down this road of false expectations and misalignment. Listen, the program is not the fastest way for you to burn all the fat in the world off in the fastest time. It's designed to be the program that safely, effectively, and permanently helps you to lose fat the fastest way while it's safe, permanent, and effective and fits in your lifestyle. If you want faster than that, you're going to have to sacrifice your lifestyle. You're going to have to sacrifice how long your results last, or your metabolism, or possibly even where you fall off because you can't maintain it. Stop doing this. It's at the expense of your journey, not at the expense of anything else. All right, number 10. Does your metabolism need repair? A few people have asked, like, hey, does everybody's need repair? Eventually, yes. Now you're learning. Everybody, guys, I have had to repair my metabolism 1 billion times, and it's going to be 1 billion more. Why? When I cut calories, my metabolism recedes. When I increase calories, my metabolism comes back. There's a way to do this so you lose fat without crashing your metabolism, and a way to improve your metabolism and gain calories without gaining tons of fat. The how is what we teach you. What I want to make sure that you get is the what and the why. So this is where we focus on why it's important to focus on metabolism. Why? Because every person who tries to cut fat will suffer metabolic adaptation. It's not a disease or a plague. It's what happens when you reduce calories or expend more calories than you previously had by a large number, especially. Your metabolism will adapt. It's for our safety. What we have to do is turn off those safety levers and basically help it to get off the body fat without giving it a signal that we don't need. If you want to learn more on that, I've got multiple programs on reverse dieting and multiple on trainings, not programs, and multiple trainings on the metabolism. I highly, highly recommend that you watch that. Okay, I'm going to keep going here. Number 11, almost done. Are your hormones out of whack? Guys, this is huge. The stress and sex hormones play a huge role in this. Now, what this means is that if you have been known to not sleep, if you've got a bunch of stress in your lives, or if you maybe don't think you have stress, but you feel like you're always worked up and so on and so forth, you're using stimulants to stay awake or to get through your workout or to just get through the day, you most likely have a variation of what's known as hormone. Well, I'm not going to call it hormone because it is hormones. We know that. But this is adrenal fatigue. So it's your adrenal hormones such as cortisol, ghrelin. All of these hormones are being affected by the things that are happening in your life. You're so busy worried about the nuances of nutrition that you're forgetting that you're creating chemicals that kill your body and your results because you won't listen to stop stressing. You're so stressed about everything because you're not going through the program. That's why we focus on the mindset. The mindset 90% of times is what takes people off of course, not their mess ups on their nutrition and not their failure to adhere to a workout here and there. Yes, if you're not working out and tracking, you're not going to get results. But it's your mindset that usually prevents you from doing that or prevents you from doing it consistently. That's why we do this. So when we focus on sex hormones, this is going to be testosterone, progesterone, estradiol. The list goes on. It's usually pages and pages. I do not recommend you go to your primary physician to do this. We have somebody for you that we can connect you with, multiple people, in fact, that are physicians that are hormone specialists that will help you get this back in order so that we can only worry about your metabolism and what's going in your body as far as the food and exercise and all of that. Okay? So, but if you're not getting results and you're following everything to the letter and you've checked with us, I'm not saying that you're guessing this, you might have hormone issues. And I had a client who she lost like 40 something pounds and then we hit a plateau and she had some metabolic issues, but it was not primarily that. She didn't want to believe that she had adrenal fatigue because she saw herself as a calm, cool, collected person. I knew otherwise. And the fact of the matter is, even though she was calm, cool, collected, she also stressed. She buried things and so on and so forth. So she had, caffeine in her diet every day, tons of caffeine. Didn't sleep well, anxiety, you name it. So finally, upon being on some very cheap supplements for adrenal fatigue, she ends up dropping another 36 or 37 pounds within the next month or two. I think it was like right about 65 days. So she drops all of this weight, but nothing else changed. She didn't work out more. She didn't change her diet. She literally only fixed the stress hormones. Same thing can happen with sex hormones. I won't get into that one on this one just because a lot of people know a little bit more about that. If you've got questions, we have answers for you on there. We will help you. Very last one before I close. Lastly, are you aware of the progressive overload principle? This is in the workout cheat sheet. This is the workout macro or the workout ninja. It's also, I've got videos on this. Okay, if not, the progressive overload principle. If not, you're most likely not aiming for setting new goals weekly in your workouts. This is a must. I want you to aim for failure and to increase either tempo, weight or resistance, or decrease rest times and add in varieties of intensity techniques that we teach. Don't worry about that part right now. What I do want you to focus on is this part. If you are able to increase weight and you're not doing it, you are not challenging your nervous system or the muscles to grow the right way. This is based on muscle fiber recruitment. I'll get into that in another video. The other thing is if you're not able to increase the resistance, let's say for whatever reason you go, well, I can do that, but then my form goes to crap. Cool, let's keep it there. then I want you to instead to increase the time under tension, decrease your tempo, make it slower. So this way here, you're actually using negatives to control. So basically we're eliminating momentum. So these are areas that every week, guys, you should be looking for to either increase weight, increase reps with the same weight you had before, or to simply just, if you want to keep this in your mind, whatever reps and sets I have you going on, you want to aim for 95 to 98% of your failure for that. Be safe, of course. If you're using a bench, by yourself, I don't usually do that. I don't even do a barbell. But if you're doing that, you need to be safe, but get as close as you can with good form. Now, again, on another video, I'm going to talk about how the difference is between weightlifters and what we do. We're not trying to just get the weight up from point A to point B using any muscles possible. We're isolating chest or arms, whatever we're doing, to make that muscle grow and respond. So I know some of these might create more questions for you, and that's okay. I'm going to do more videos. We're going to dive in deeper on this. I want every person to watch this and rewatch this, though, because these are things that are going to keep you on the straight path for the duration of your life rather than for the duration of this program. So I hope that this has helped you guys. Be sure to leave me a comment below and let me know which things jumped out to you the most. And if you feel brave enough, let me know which things that you feel like you were struggling with. Maybe something where you weren't really pushing that hard on your workouts because you have convinced yourself that going too hard was going to be detrimental for you. Whatever it is, let me know. So thanks, guys, for watching. I know this was a little bit longer, 21 minutes today. But this one's so important, and it's got all 12 of these to help you. Please, when you get in a bind, rewatch this, guys.